Welcome to the Reidsville Chamber of Commerce News and Views show. I'm your host, Diane Sawyer, President and CEO of the Reidsville Chamber of Commerce. Today's edition, Meet the Ambassador. Welcome to the show, Callum.
Thank you for having me.
So you have a lot of titles. I'm not even going to attempt. I'm going to let you introduce yourself.
So most people know me for being the marketing director for Eden and Stephanie over at Realty One Group Results, but I am also a broker and a realtor practicing full-time. So
I know, and that's so exciting.
It is.
How long are we celebrating broker?
Broker is, I think, 9 months now?
Yeah, I was going to say,
Yeah.
I know we're approaching a year.
It's almost a year. Almost a year.
Callum, I am so impressed as a young person in our community, like the things you have done in the last 2 years. You're already known for being such a kind heart, and I know you've done a lot of mission work, and you've done a lot of traveling, and you are an entrepreneur. Tell us about, give us who you are, where you're from, kind of your background, and how you landed where you are right now.
So I am actually not a Reidsville native. I'm not even a Rockingham County native. I grew up in Pennsylvania and moved down here, moved to the Clayton, Raleigh area for a couple of years, and then my mom got remarried to my stepdad and we moved and ended up in little old Eden. That's not where we were shooting for. We were hoping for Virginia, but that's where we kind of just found community. That's where I found my church and all that, and so we just kind of stayed there. Coming out of high school, I kind of knew I didn't really know where I wanted to land, what I wanted to do, and I didn't want to spend 4 years or more in college, spending all that money, doing all that, and then still be in the same place. And so when I was 17, I came to Eden and said, do you have any openings, any job postings that I can start working in? And then she said, I have a marketing position. At the time, I had zero marketing experience, had never even had social media, but she gave me the chance, and I killed it. And I've learned so much, I've grown so much. I would say that we're one of the top people in the marketing sector. I mean, where we reach almost 1 million people every 90 days between all of our platforms, which is crazy number to think about. And then I knew I just wanted to stay in real estate, wanted to pursue that. And so I started my classes, got my real estate license in October, and then got realtor designated in the same month.
In less than a year, you were already a broker here, but I think you have big news to share with us.
I do have big news. So I am a broker in the state of North Carolina, but I, at this time, am almost done getting my salesperson's license in New York. So hopefully by the end of the year, I'll be licensed in North Carolina and New York State.
So that is exciting. Tell us about what made you decide to do that and what that means for you.
So I kind of knew that I didn't want to just be your average salesperson. I didn't want to be your average broker. I really want to break into the luxury market. I really love that. I thrive in that. And that's kind of where my marketing comes into it, is I want to be able to do these showstopper homes and be able to work with these unbelievable clients. And so I kind of researched, what are some luxury markets? What are some areas that I could really dig deeper into? And of course, we all know of New York State and New York City. And so I just decided I'm going to start with New York State and then hopefully get my license in a couple other luxury states and start building that clientele.
That's awesome. At such a young age, it's so impressive. And you have taken on so much, and you have grown so much under Eden. I think, what a person to learn from and to be the marketing director for.
Yeah.
What a fun job.
Oh yeah, it is a joy. I mean, I love coming to work every day. We always have so much fun. We always have the craziest ideas to shoot, to create, to do. I think it's just home. It's just a second family for me pretty much, and I love it.
Yeah, and you guys have taken on another one of our chamber members as a vendor, your branding photographer, Autumn Hollifield.
Yes.
So that's been fun.
Yep.
Y'all have done some cool stuff with her.
Yes, we actually have a photo shoot after this of our team and doing a lots of cool marketing stuff with her today. So
That's exciting. I love it. Well, we have so many things we can discuss. Like, you guys are so involved in what we do and have been so supportive. And I feel like that kind of goes both ways. Like, I feel like we try to support you all and kind of be the 411. I know Eden will text me and say, hey, like, how do I get in touch with so-and-so, or how do I find so-and-so? And, we've asked Eden to send us folks, and she said, hey, Callum needs to be an ambassador, so let's do that. And we have partnered on some things with the city and partnered on some educational stuff. We've got one coming up in September about the UDO and the Java and Jargon series, and so Summer and I are going to talk a little bit about that. But you guys have just kind of jumped all in, and then she purchased a building and renovated it and moved you guys in there. And I mean, it's just been a wild couple of years.
Yes, it really has been.
Some stuff have expanded, and then we took you with us to New York.
Yes, yep.
So we I feel like we have a little part in that New York stuff,
Yep,
right? Because
yep.
you had a fun day that day. Tell us about
did.
kind of what that was all about.
Oh, so that was, when I first heard about it, I was interested in it. I've been to New York. I've never really been in the city. And so I really wanted to see in the city. It's just, I mean,
It's just different. No place like it.
Yeah, there's no place like it. And so I signed up and we ended up going, and it was crazy. I mean, I walked 15 miles in one day to make sure that I could fit in every single item that I wanted to see. And it was Christmas, and so there was even more that needed to be seen. And so I just ran and ran and ran and ran, and hoping to go back this year and bring some friends with me.
Yeah, so we're talking about our bus trip to New York City. And so the Chamber, I had been wanting to do that, for several years now. I actually booked a bus in 2020. February. I had booked a bus and we were going to do it, and then of course COVID hit and we couldn't do it. And so it took several years for us to get back to where I felt comfortable. I should have waited.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Oh, that was good times. But I mean, it is what it is at this point in life. If you get on a bus, you get on a train, you get on an airplane, you were most likely going to encounter things. But we did have a really awesome 2 buses.
Yes.
Filled 2 buses. I have a feeling we're going to be 3 buses deep this year.
Oh, yeah, I think we can do that.
So many people excited. But we do one of those red-eye, check out of the Chamber on Friday night, and then drop off in Manhattan Saturday morning for just like a day.
And for a lot of people, I mean, it was so easy. I mean, I could be back at work on Monday. I got off on Friday. I think I'm excited to see who else can come this year. It's just such a cool little opportunity.
Yeah, the Midtown girls are coming, so the salons coming. I know they're coming. I've talked to a couple of the other salons, and we've already put it out and had people that I don't even know their names, who've registered and paid. So we're going to meet new people.
That's
and,
awesome.
I'm really excited about it. So it's just it's just something fun. I think part of the Chamber's mission is to bring our community together and to offer opportunities. And so, I mean, it's like right around $200 a person to get on a bus. And like you said, Friday night, drop off Saturday morning, you get back on the bus Saturday night. So you spend your accommodation sleeping on the bus there and sleeping on the bus back. And trust me, you may not sleep on the way up, but you can't help but sleep on the way back.
Yeah, you were out.
So exhausted.
Yeah.
You've either been really cold or really hot or both, from all the walk-in and all the activity. But then you're back Sunday morning. I mean, you still have your whole day Sunday essentially when you get back. So
yeah, and it's such a community builder. I mean, I sat next to complete strangers, and by the end of the trip, I thought that I've known them for years. Yeah. It was just a really good opportunity.
It was a really cool mix of members and non-members and people that we, and families, and we got to meet people's sisters and daughters, and it was just a fun trip. So we're looking forward to doing it again this year on the second weekend. It's going to kind of be a tradition, I guess. And people have asked me, where else are we going? So, we've talked about doing a spring or summer trip, so we'll see. But I just think it's a cool way for us to network. Yes. I consider it a networking event, and I think that it's New York at Christmas. I mean,
you can't beat it.
You can't and it's while there's a lot of tradition steeped in New York at Christmas, there's also a lot of stuff that's different every year. You'll never go there and have the same experience. Yeah. And I was really fortunate to be able to take my daughters, and it was really cool. We went to Radio City Music Hall. We saw the Rockettes. We did the tour, and so it was fun. Well, we had lots of our members go, and they still to this day. One of our members, it was her daughter's birthday, the actual day.
Oh, really?
Yep. One of our ambassadors, she took her daughter, and I think it was like 16th birthday. Like it was an important birthday, and she just was like, I've always wanted to do this. Like I just know because it's her birthday, it's the right thing to do. We're going to do it, and they had an absolute blast.
Awesome.
And it was funny. I had people from my husband's work like call him and say, "Hey, like we want to go on this trip. We saw your wife's doing, you know." And so they came on, and but they're from Rockingham County, like, but even though they work in Greensboro, so it's just fun. So we're looking forward to that. It's live, a little Christmas in July for everybody. But we've posted that, so that's one thing that you've been involved in. The other thing that you and I've talked a lot about is trying to bring our young entrepreneurs back together, and it has been so difficult because our young entrepreneurs right now are busy.
Yeah, we are going
nonstop. And so like you gave me some dates and I was like, well, and I put it with the other entrepreneur and I went, they don't match. So like, you know, it's just crazy. And that's one of the things that like by doing trips and by doing some of the other stuff, like hoping to create some of those connections. But you, I am blown away like at where you guys are from even 6 months ago to a year ago to 2 years ago. And as a company like Realty One, like you guys as group results are killing it.
Yes. Yeah.
Like winning awards and topping the market and stuff. Like tell me about some of that stuff.
Yeah. So, I mean, our whole marketing idea is we're the unbrokerage. We're not like any other brokerage out there. And I think especially in Rockingham County is we want to be different, is we want to provide something that you can't get anywhere else. Not saying that I think the brokerages here give us a fair competition, and it really creates this really good atmosphere to provide the best service for so many different clients and so many different needs. But we're working specifically just to continue growing, as we want to be the biggest brokerage in the area.
And if that's
we want to see our signs in every yard.
If that's not your goal, what are you doing?
Exactly.
Right? Like
exactly.
Everybody should be doing that. Everybody should, in every business and every entrepreneurship and every model should be, we want to be the best, because if we're not winning and we're not, what are we doing? Right? Or we're not attempting to win, what are we doing? So you guys have built this really cool team that Eden has put together and training like to be the next group.
Yes.
And you guys are just killing it. Like she's doing so many, and I'm not trying to give away like trade secrets. I don't think they're secrets, but I mean, some of the things like I've been able to come and train you guys and talk to you guys about, this is what the chamber does, this is what the chamber offers. And I actually have plans to do, based on that, we have an event that Summer, the city manager, and I want to do on a larger scale, just because like that was so empowering for me to be able to share. So we have some cool ideas about some things that we want to put together and work on. So I think that having you have also been like at every event. Like you are coming to events, you are volunteering at events. Like talk to me about like what that's meant to you, how you've been able to learn and meet people and just get really involved in the community as an ambassador.
Yeah, so I mean at first I joined as an ambassador because I'm in a relational business. If I don't meet people, I don't work. I don't make money. And so it was a really good way at first just to get plugged in, to start meeting community figures, getting to know people. I mean, I've built relationships. If I need anything from the city, I can just call and I can get those answers. And that's because of not just the relationships I've built, but the relationships that other people on my team have built. And it's just kind of grown from there. It's become my community. A lot of my friends are ambassadors or involved in the chamber. It's allowed me to just continue to grow alongside people, and to not only that, but to be able to serve them as well. As there's this give and take, and I love that about being an ambassador. Is if I need something, there's someone that can help me, and if someone needs something, I can help them.
You're on track to be such a leader. Like, you're already a servant. You're already a servant in your church. You're already a servant by missions. And like applying that servantship to business is like key. And you are already like figuring it out. Like I wish that people had figured it out at the age that you were figuring it out, and that they had had some of the mentors that you've had and the ability to do that. You guys are chamber champs. And like, I know that on your team, you guys still haven't quite figured out what that means and what all it entails. But that is something that your broker in charge has done for you all to be a part of something larger. And it means that you're represented in the community on every email that we send, on our signage. It gets you tickets to events and golf sponsorships, and your logo is everywhere on everything that we do. And it just means so much to us, because that give and take that you're talking about, that's the way that Realty One Group Results gives back to the chamber and supports us, so that we can continue to support you and put back into all of our members and all of our community. And I think people struggle with the chamber because they don't, I didn't know what a chamber of commerce was until I started volunteering at my previous job in Martinsville, Henry County. And obviously their chamber looks very different, because Martinsville, Henry County is very different. They're very much tied to the racetrack, and they're very much tied to the furniture industry. And so many things that have looked, but then there's so many things that are the same, right? So chambers are similar, but they look different based on the people. So like you, and our members and our businesses. And so I just feel really blessed that we have an amazing, as you said, family. It's funny because you're hitting on like all these keywords. Like you mentioned family, and you mentioned like serving, and you mentioned, engagement and relationships and connections. And like, those are like all of our, like if we had a word cloud, right, for the chamber, like all of those things would be in there. And we're so happy to you're like the next generation. Like I was that group, and now I've kind of moved on. And so now like you guys are coming on board, and it's just really cool to see y'all are like killing it. You're blowing it out of the water on all those levels. Like, and I've had the pleasure of working with Stephanie and working with Mary and working with so many other of your teammates. And even for the little bit that Realty One was here, renting here at the chamber while Eden was taking on this massive renovation across the street. And how beautiful. Like, is that not just the most fun thing to come to work and sit in downtown every day? It's in this gorgeous window. Like,
I tell people all the time that like we have just the most beautiful downtown. Like there's no building that's exactly the same. There's no building that it's not copy and paste. Is we're such an eclectic little community. There's so much character. And I like to say, like, whenever I first moved here, Reidsville there was nothing here. It was ghost town. And to see where it is today, and to see like even some of the plans behind the scenes that are making it an even better community. It's just so amazing to see.
It is when you look and you think, one of the things that Summer is so good at, she is in touch with what people see and feel and think. And so, like, obviously aesthetics are very important in a business like yours. And one of the things that she talks about is when she did the streetscape, they could have used that money for, like, underground infrastructure. They could have used it for things that mattered and would have mattered to your business, because you guys get that. But to most people, they look around and they would not have seen the transformation with the streetscape. And now they can see it, touch it, feel it. And the flowers and the sidewalks, the veterans banners. Oh my gosh. Like it just gives me goosebumps. Like
it really does. It's so it's just so beautiful. There's no other
it's so
way.
Peaceful. Like,
it is.
Like to be behind the window and see it, and then it feels so good when you step out onto the street.
Yes, when
there's that
when you're
vibe.
walking down and you just look around, and I mean the little alleyways that are all set up and all pretty, and the public arts, and not only that, but I love, speaking of Summer, like I love how she has been so involved with each business also to figure out.
She makes the time.
Yes, to figure out what we as the community wanted most and what we see as important, and to see her make it a reality has been so amazing.
She really digs in. Like she stops what she's doing, and she's, if people say, hey, we can't figure this out. But also like her vision, like she is, I don't know when the lady sleeps. Like I just think she's so on the go and got things figured out. And she literally came in and it's like she's waving her magic wand and we are updating every single thing from policies to facilities to streetscape. Like, that's outdated. Woo, that's outdated. Woo, that's outdated. And it's like magic wand. Like, we're just sprinkling the fairy dust everywhere. And we're all a team. This Team Reidsville thing is like, it is not fluff. Like, it is not, yes, it was a marketing thing. Yes, it was but they really won, and I mean that with all pun intended, with that, because they interviewed everybody. And they came together and they said, well, y'all really like football. There is a lot of football here. And when everybody talks about Reidsville, they talk about football. And so, not that we really wanted to be about that, but we wanted to be a team. We wanted to be a community. And this Team Reidsville thing was like, okay, we're all on the same team. And I remember asking, because I'm going to ask the hard questions, and I'm going to say, I said, well, who owns Team Reidsville? Who owns that logo? Like, and the city manager at the time was like, well, you do, we all do. And I was like, that's what I wanted to hear. And so we embraced it. And I've even had somebody in another part of the county say, they were like, man, that Team Reidsville thing y'all got going, like, it's good. Yeah, it's really good. And I'm like, but it's not just a scheme. Like, it's not just it's legit. Like, it doesn't matter who you are and where you are, like, we're all on the same team. And we're trying to be this team of a better place to live, a better place to work, a better place to do business. We just want to be a better place.
And I love how it's branded that way, because we can't become better without all coming together in a team to do that. It's just been amazing to see how each sector has taken all of their strengths and poured it in, and it's just made the entire community a better place.
Let's talk about that for a minute. There's a great example of the team here at the Chamber. You are a big part of multiple teams, but the one that right now sticks out to me is you guys are also half of the dynamic duo of the Everything Expo and the sponsorship behind that. But you are also a part of that very large committee that is killing it right now. I don't know about you, but I left that meeting this week. Like, I am excited.
Yeah, I was hearing all the ideas and seeing it all come together from the first time we met, where we didn't know what was going to be happening till now. I cannot wait to see it all put together.
Me either.
It's gonna be so big.
So I think we know enough that we can tease a little bit and break the news to everybody. So let's tease it up. The Wednesday, September 24th, and it matters because it is coming quick. And it is also a month earlier. But our annual Everything Expo is now a conference. And it is the Ignite Everything Expo. We are really pumped about it because we are going to have our booths like you're used to seeing. We are going to have a time that's open to the public. I think we have determined. And but we're also going to have breakout sessions and speakers and seminars and networking and just really powerful B2B, because when we look at that event over the years, surviving COVID, coming back from that, what is powerful is the connections.
Exactly.
What is powerful is the networking. And so we are going to build on that. And we want to educate. We want to have distinct time, just like you guys have your distinct community and training purposes. Like, we want to highlight, like, we want to hear from the Edens. We want to hear from the Summers. We want to hear from the Callums and like the people who are really just killing it at what they're doing right now. And we want to ignite this business community to keep rising and just making it happen. So I think it is going to be so awesome.
It's going to be I'm so pumped for it.
Me too. And honestly, like, I got to thinking about it, I was like, if we don't tease it up in July, like by the time we do August news and views, there's not going to be a ton of time left. So guys, be watching for it. Booth deadline registration and attendance registration will end at the end of August, so that we have September to plan for the rest of the month to make sure we have everything where it needs to be. So that is coming out soon. Be looking for that. And I just think that people are going to get really behind this. I think the theme is awesome. One of the things that we've talked about a lot in our retention and engagement, but also in Everything Expo, is that kind of like the idea that you are never more than 1 degree of separation from a connection that you need. And I think that's powerful because
Yes.
when the world talks about you're never more than 6 degrees, right? And LinkedIn, I think, has proved that. And that was what it was built on, is like
Yep.
your connections and how many away you are from a person when you look at them. Where is there a connection that you can draw? But we're only 1 degree. Like if you're a part of the chamber, you are literally 1 degree of separation from who you need to see. And that's, I think Eden and I have proved that again and again.
Yes.
You have begun to prove that. Like all it takes is and I tell my members, like, that's what I'm here for. I'm here for your bottom line. And if I don't know the answer, I'm going to go find who has the answer or where to get it. And it may be, but your degree of separation stops with me, and then I'm going to figure it out.
Yep.
So,
and to add on that, like I think, I love the chamber, and I love that is something that the Reidsville Chamber of Commerce is so good at. I mean, if
working
we,
on it a long time.
if we ever need anything, it's right here.
Well, we're
you really
a hub.
don't have to go anywhere else.
Yeah, like we're the connection hub. We're the connectivity. We're like workforce development and education and business and marketing and all the things. And listen, we're not the experts in everything. I know a little bit about a lot.
Yep.
And I know a little bit enough to be dangerous, but I know who to go find, right? I don't know if we've covered everything, but we've got just a couple more minutes. So I'm going to give you an opportunity to tell anybody or anything a little bit more about yourself or your business or how to find you or what you want to say.
Oh, put me on the spot.
Yeah.
If people want to find me, of course, they can always find me on social media. That's probably where I have the most presence. They can also contact me, give me a call. I'm on Google Business. Stop by anytime to our amazing storefront here on Scale Street. A little bit more about me. I know we kind of touched on the young professionals. That's something that's really close to my heart. Like I love that, and I want to see more people, more young people, getting into entrepreneurship. I think there's this wave coming across, especially my generation and the younger generations, of people that don't want to be tied down. They want to be able to build their own stuff, be able to build their own business. And so I'm really excited to continue to be able to encourage young people to do that, and hopefully we can get something going to better serve that.
Yeah, I agree. And I think the timing, it will present itself.
Yes.
I think it's all going to work itself out. I truly believe that. Well, I mean, that I think sums it up. I think we have covered
We've covered
everything in a really short amount of time, but
Yep.
that's how we do, right? We just roll through.
Yep.
So, Callum, I have loved having you on the show. I have loved having you around. It has been such a breath of fresh air. I love seeing younger people like achieving all these things and proving that there are many paths after high school. And that you just have to find yours.
Yep.
So, and you are very fortunate, and I know you know that, and
Yes.
very blessed to have encountered a lot of the people, but to also be willing to put
Yes.
yourself out there and to say, hey, do you have an opportunity like
Yes,
for
yep,
me? Because
yep.
here I am. So we are very, very, very happy to have you along as an ambassador. So thank you for everything. All right, folks, that is it for today's show. As always, you can find us in the heart of downtown Reidsville at 140 South Scale Street, at reidsvillechamber.org, and all of our social media channels. Stay tuned, and we'll see you soon.